Charge. If you take a polythene rod and rub it with a cloth, like this, then freely suspend the rod by, for instance, resting it on a watch glass, like this, then bringing towards it another rubbed polythene rod, the freely suspended rod will move away, like this. The two rods repel. If you do the same thing but with a rubbed polythene rod and a rubbed acetate rod, the freely suspended rod will move like this. The two rods now attract. These observations can be explained by there being just two types of charge. Like charges repel, the polythene and polythene rod were treated in the same way and therefore must have had the same type of charge. Unlike charges attract, we saw different behaviour with the polythene and acetate rod. A neutral object can be explained as having equal numbers of each type of charge. The charge gained by amber when rubbed with fur was given the name negative, and the charge gained by glass when rubbed with silk was called positive. Which charge has which name actually makes no difference, but these names have stuck, and they're the ones we use today. When more was discovered about the structure of the atom, it was found that the electrons have a negative charge of minus 1.60 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs, the coulomb being the SI unit of charge. Protons have the same magnitude of positive charge at plus 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs. Rubbing causing objects to be charged can be explained in terms of the transfer of electrons. Here we have a polythene rod with equal numbers of positive and negative charge, and a cloth also with equal numbers of positive and negative charge. Both the rod and the cloth are neutral. If we now rub the rod with the cloth, electrons have transferred from the cloth to the rod. So the rod now has surplus electrons or surplus negative charge, the cloth has surplus positive charge. Electrons transferring from the cloth to the rod have left the rod negatively charged and the cloth positively charged. When an acetate rod is rubbed, electrons transfer from the rod to the cloth, leaving the rod positively charged and the cloth negatively charged. Electrons are able to move freely through electrical conductors such as metals. They cannot move through insulators such as plastics.